Before I get into calling Jimmy up here, I just want to tell you a little bit about Jim Gissy. The last 6 weeks, we've put over 100 new salespeople at Westgate. We've hired 100 new salespeople. A lot of you don't know who Jim Gissy really is yet or know a lot about him. As time goes on, believe me, each of you individually get a chance to. But I just want to give you a little bit of background about Jim Gissy. Jim Gissy actually is the success story of Westgate. He is a real-life success story, and it just goes to show that anybody in this room right now can focus the same way he did and be where he is today. Actually, to give you a little background on him, back when Jimmy just finished college, he got into the sales profession. He actually started in the insurance industry. When he was 21 years old, he was the top agent in California for the insurance industry there. When he turned 22 in his company, he was the top sales agent out of all 1,100 agents in the continental United States. This man was focused and really went forward. From that point, he went ahead and decided to open up his own real estate company, Great American Real Estate in California, and went to the real estate business. He prospered in that, and he saw the real estate heading towards Orlando, as Orlando being the next boom. So what he did was he moved down to Orlando, came down here to get into the real estate industry. While taking his real estate test and going through his class, he heard all about this new product coming out called timesharing. It sounded very interesting to him. He decided to go ahead and give it a try because everybody talked about how you can make so much money in timesharing so quickly. Jimmy then went ahead and came to work in the timeshare industry. In 1984, Jimmy started at Westgate Vacation Villas. In the summer of 1984, Jimmy was Salesman of the Month for July and August, during which time he sold 13 weeks in 13 days, which back then was unheard of. Nowadays, with Judy Levy's and the other super salespeople we have, we get that occasionally in and out all the time. But back then, to sell 13 weeks and 13 days was just an absolute superstar. In September of 1984, David Siegel then promoted Jim Gissy to TO, or manager at Westgate. For the next 2.5 years, Jim Gissy was the top manager. There was nobody that even came close to him. He wrote 50% more business than any other manager that there was. Like I said, he was totally focused and in tune with what he was going to do. After that, in 1987, Jimmy was promoted to general manager. At that time, our resort did a little over $24 million in sales. From that time he was promoted in general manager, Jimmy helped lead us to where we did last year, $116 million in sales. During that time, Jimmy also developed his own real estate ventures. He took the commissions that he earned, instead of just throwing the money away, he refocused them into investments where he went even further. Jimmy today, because of investing his money and learning the real estate of Southwest Orlando, has turned around and become a multi-millionaire just from his start here at Westgate. And tonight you're going to see how each and every one of you in this room will have the same opportunity to do the same thing. Because what we're doing tonight is we're starting in a new resort, Westgate Lakes, which is the ground floor, which will give you the same ability, the same time span to get from where Jimmy started to where he is today. And before I go any further, I just want to go ahead and introduce you to the man that's going to lead us into the future, Mr. James L. Gissy. Let's give him a big hand, guys. All right, Jimmy. Woo! Take a second to get this set up straight. I'm wired up. Whew. Hey, there's a, oh, these seats in the front. Two of them, we got 2 seats in the front and 2 of you people in the back. Come up here. 2 seats in the front, there's 2 seats over here. Some of you people will be standing up in the back. We set the place. He's going to take both seats. We set this place for 400 seats, and obviously we ran out of seats, and we filled up another 50 or 100 in the back, so we have one heck of a crowd here tonight. I don't know if you guys can, well, I know you guys can feel it. The electricity in this room is awesome. I mean, there is some energy in this room. And nothing gives me more pleasure to be the person to stand up here and tell you about what's going to happen in the future. I feel blessed to be in a room with this much talent. Let me tell you something, there is some heavy-duty talent in this room. Heavy-duty talent.
Yes, there is. Just to look around and just think that this is just all one timeshare resort, more than that, kind of boggles the mind. But anyway, let's see. That's what we're talking about up here. Oh, I don't want to forget my welcome to my Latin brothers and sisters. Bienvenidos, mis hermanos latinos. Están haciendo un trabajo. Los amo mucho. Okay, now let's get started. What are we here to do? And everybody in this room is here for one purpose, and that purpose is to sell timeshare, to sell vacation ownership, to make people's lives better, to give them a better way to vacation, a better way to spend their money. Oh, boy, sometimes you stand up here, it's kind of, you try to space out a little bit. I'll do the best I can. But anyway, if you said to me, somebody said to me, Jim Gissy, I want you to decide the best place to build a timeshare resort, the new timeshare resort. Can all you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Let's say the president said to me, Jim Gissy, I want you to show me the best location to build the next luxury timeshare resort in Orlando. What would I do? The first thing I would do is I would take all the maps, looking at all the different areas of town, and I would study those maps. I might even fly in a helicopter or a plane and get a bird's eye view. And what would I look for? I would look for a key location that would be easily ingress and egress from major freeways, close to getting to the Turnpike, close to getting to Beeline Expressway, close to getting to I-4. I would definitely want it in the main tourist corridor, somewhere between Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, close to International Drive. I would want that. If I actually was in a plane, I'm telling you right now, and I know the southwest section of Orlando real estate as good as anybody in this room, and I'm not saying that boastfully, I know it. I would never, ever pick a different location than where our property is located. Our property is located minutes from Universal Studios, across the street from the Convention Center and International Drive, Wet and Wild, and hundreds of restaurants. You can hop right on the Beeline Expressway and whip down to the airport in 10 minutes, 12 minutes. You can go right to Lake Buena Vista maybe in 5 minutes, if that long. You can be at Walt Disney World in just minutes. You're absolutely minutes from everywhere. You can jump on I-4 and be downtown to Rosie O'Grady's in minutes. It's the most centralized, strategic piece of property in all of Orlando, bar none. Now, you take that and add to it, if somebody said to me, well, that would be the location I would want, then what would you really want? And the ideal thing, but this would only be a dream, is to give me a half a mile of spring-fed lake frontage property. Now you're really dreaming, because then God will say, man, you want everything, don't you? I mean, think about it. To have that location and then to get spring-fed lakefront property, okay? So where can you get that? You can't get spring-fed property by SeaWorld, by International Drive, by downtown, by Universal, by Disney. You can't get it. There's only one chain of lakes that close to the tourist corridor, and that's the Sand Lake chain, and that's where we're at. So by God, I'm telling you that the location of this next resort that we're selling, we started selling last week, and this is sort of the kickoff, the grand opening, is the best location anywhere in the world if you had your choice of picking anywhere in Orlando. This is the primo location. There isn't any location better. There's nothing that even compares to it. There's nothing that compares to the location. Okay? Now, let's talk a little bit about the product. We know the location's in the right place, but let's talk about the product. Okay, I think I have some help here. First of all you guys got your kits, right? Now these are awesome, aren't they? Yeah. Isn't this impressive? I don't know if Tom Deal here or the Deal family, but those guys, we didn't decide we were going to do this till Thursday, and those guys have really worked and prepared all this support material for us, and I'm very, very impressed. Now, what we're going to do is, let's take a shot at this first. Everybody pull this out and look at it. This first picture here, the one that we have up on the projector here on the wall. Now, there's one other thing you need to pull out. You need to pull out this little flyer here, this little brochure. It's in the front on the left. You did great. I'm not used to talking one of these things so close to my mouth. All right, now let me point out a couple things to you. Everybody, look at this little red dot up here. It kind of shows you where I'm pointing. This is the swimming pool. This is the check-in, check-out. This is where the restaurant and the lounge are in these buildings here. These are the tennis courts, the volleyball. And most all of you have went out on the pier. This is where the boats are. And this picture doesn't show it, but if you kept going out in here, you'd come to the island that has the dock and everything, which we have some very good plans for that area out there. And I'll share them with you in a little bit. But as you look at the property, see where this little red dot is, this little laser? Where these buildings are here, that's where the buildings end. This land here that I'm outlining right here, this is our undeveloped property. Now this map doesn't show it all. Let me see here. Would my laser go out on me? No, don't do that to me. Huh. Michael? My brother's responsible for this. Oh, there we go. Boom. These are kind of cool. Wow, all the way in the back. Anyway, this land continues to go out here, which is the reason why I want you to look at this map. Now look at this map and look at the very end where this land stops on this picture, and then look where it carries on this picture on your little map here. And you see the big white building, that's the Sand Lake Hospital building there. And then you see how the land goes on down. Okay, well that's the edge of this land on this brochure is the edge of our property. That's where the units are going to go. Now there's reason why we have both these. We're going to get a picture that kind of has all this together, but right now this is all we have. But this is the point I want to point. That's where the buildings are going. We got 592 brand new units going on that piece of property right there. We're also going to take the approximately 400 existing units and convert them to timeshare. But to begin with, we're selling out the first, let's just say 600 units. Now, I want you to look at that property. Isn't that one heck of a piece of property? You got the convention center right here. This is International Drive. You have Wet and Wild down here. All your hotels and all your restaurants on I-Drive, Wet and Wild. Right across the street over here is SeaWorld. Universal Studios is right up Turkey Lake Road, and you can stand right there where I'm pointing right now. And when those buildings are built, you can be in the first, second, third, fourth floor and look over across the lake, and you're going to be able to see Disney's fireworks go off at night. You're going to be able, when you get up in the higher buildings in the third, fourth floor, you're going to be able to see the dome at Epcot. You're going to be able to see the water tower with the ears on it at MGM. You're going to be able to see, all Lake Buena Vista hotels over the property, which you can see those now. But I mean, most of you have been out there and seen this property, but it is one unbelievable, awesome product. It's the most awesome product that's ever been introduced in Orlando, bar none. I'd buy one if it was a condo, whole ownership, much less timeshare. It is an unbelievable location. Now, I want you to go to the site plan. The site plan is what Roger's putting up on the screen right now. Now, you see where my little laser pointer is pointing? See this as existing villas? Now, look, remember back at the other map at the end of the other buildings, and that's where those stop. That's where these stop in this undeveloped land here. This is the undeveloped land. This is Turkey Lake Road. This is Interstate 4. And then the Sand Lake Hospital's over here. If you look at your little flip-out brochure, you'll be able to see the white 4, 5, 6-story building, which is the Sand Lake Hospital. And if you don't see where you're at, just ask the person sitting beside you. They'll be more than happy to share with you, show it to you. Especially if you look good. Or smell good. But anyway, we do. All right, anyway. Okay, here's the existing villas. Now, I want you to look at the layout of this property. We have, this is the major part of the lake, right? I don't know if you can see where this laser's at, but the clubhouse and the restaurant are about this location. It comes out here to where the island is. Then there's a canal. My laser keeps going out on me. There's a canal right here, and this canal goes into another lake, and then it continues to go into additional lakes and other lakes. It's a whole chain of lakes. Now, let me tell you something about these lakes. There's good lakes and there's bad lakes. That is one of the cleanest lakes in the United States of America. It's one of the cleanest lakes in the world. They do a test every year, and they just did the test this year. They have the 10 cleanest and the 10 dirtiest lakes in Orange County in Central Florida. Well, the most recent test, the lake that won first place is the same lake it wins every year. It's called Palm Lake, P-A-L-M, Palm Lake. It's out in West Orange County. It's a real dinky lake. You can't even ski on it. It's more like a pond, okay? But it is technically a lake, and it's the cleanest lake. This lake right here was just voted the second cleanest lake in the whole county Okay? I've been out in a boat with Rob Smith, and you can be in 15 feet of water, stop your boat and look down and see every rock and pebble on the bottom of the lake. It's fed by natural springs. It is a joy to jump in water like that. It is a gift to be able to walk down and go out in a boat and just jump off the back of the boat and swim in water like that. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to experience water like that. People in Ohio can't experience water like that. People in Brooklyn, New York can't experience water like that. People in Pittsburgh can't experience water like that. People in Cleveland can't experience water like that. But everybody that you sell a week of timeshare can experience water like that. Every single one of them. It's early too, boys. Okay. Hey, I'm telling you, you can't buy it anymore. And I'm gonna tell you something, for the people that can buy it, they gotta pay out the yin-yang. Hey, right there, if you walk out on that dock, and you look at that water, I would say a quarter of a mile the way a bird would fly to get to the Butler Chain. I personally, and I say this because to me it had the value. I paid $500,000 for 1 acre of land in October of 1989 to build my house on, that hopefully I can start very soon. I paid $500,000 4.5 years ago. With the property tax and the money I've had in that, I probably have close to $600,000 or $700,000 in that 1 acre of land to build my residence on. If I paid $500,000 for it 4.5 years ago, I paid $10,000 a week to own a spring-fed lake property. I paid $10,000 a week to own spring-fed lake on the Butler Chain. And there's people paying $400,000 for 3.5 acres over there, okay? I'm telling you, the timeshare that we're selling right here for $15,000 a week, the damn land's worth $10,000. You're selling a timeshare for $5,000, and you can give them 2 weeks for one. Hell, they're buying it for $2,500 a week. You didn't sell timeshare that cheap in 1975. Plus, we're putting it on the product. That's right. That's right. I'm telling you, you're giving something that nobody will ever be able to give them. Disney World can't give it to them. Marriott can't give it to them. Nobody can give it to them. Nobody can get, SeaWorld won't be able to give it to them. Nobody can give it to them except Westgate Lakes. Nobody except Central Florida Investments. Nobody. You're the only people that can give it to them. Now, let's go to the front elevation. Now we want to show you what the front elevation of the buildings look like. These are going to be gorgeous buildings. Some of them as high as 6 and 7 stories. Some of them have underground parking. These are not your typical timeshare condo. These are major buildings. You know what it feels like to drive underground parking? You know the structure, you know the cost in that building? Elevators up and down all through the buildings. This is 1, 2, 3. This is a 4-story building right here. This will be the look of them. What would you call it, look, David? Is that a Mediterranean look, or what, do we have a name? The kind of Mediterranean? Spanish? Whatever you want. Well, it's whatever you want. I love that. That is the best salesman in the world right there. Anyway, okay, this is what the building looks like. And there's a reason why we're giving you all this support material, and I'm going to show you how to use it in your presentation, because starting tomorrow, you're going to start pitching this, but you're going to do it very, very delicately. We're going to show you how we're going to do that. Okay, let's do this. We've looked at the site plan. We looked at the front elevation of the buildings. We know the resort. We know it well, because I know by now all of you have been over there. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at the product that we're selling. We're going to start with the 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. So everybody pull out your A unit. We have 4 units over there. We have an A unit, a B unit, a C unit, and a D unit. Do we have chairs up in the front up here? Would you like a chair? Okay. We have a A unit, a B unit, a C unit, and a D unit. I want everybody to go to the A unit. Now let's look at this unit right here. This is a standard 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. Very, very similar to the exact thing you're selling right now. Very, very similar to the exact thing you're selling right now. A downstairs inside unit. This is a standard 2-bedroom, 2-bath. The only couple things that I want to point out is look what we did in the master bedroom. We added a sitting area there. And you might also notice that the bathrooms are very, very similar. And look in the kitchen. We put a breakfast booth right here in the kitchen, and that's very nice because not only do we have the table for 6, we have the bar, but we also have the breakfast booth there in the kitchen. And I think that's real nice. That also has a window on each side of it, because you'll be able to sit in there and read the paper. The customer will be able to have, you know, coffee or donuts, read the paper with the light of the morning coming in there. I mean, that is an awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. The price of that unit, as of tomorrow, or today, is the exact same price that you sell a 2-bedroom, 2-bath downstairs inside unit. There's been no price increase on that unit there. All right, now we're going to go to the next unit, which is your B unit. All we're doing right now is giving you product knowledge. This presentation is going to be broken down in 2 parts. First part, product knowledge, and the second part will be motivational, inspirational. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of each. But let's get the knowledge out of the way first. All right, this is your B unit. Now take a look at this unit. This unit is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath unit. The only difference in this unit than what we ever sold in the past is this side here is a standard 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Does everybody have their B? Everybody get the B. If you don't have one, ask your neighbor. Most of you have one. Now this side of it, the right side, is exactly the same thing as an A unit, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. On the left, look as you come in the vestibule, you have the option of going in this door to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or you can go this way to a lockout, another master bedroom suite. Now let's take a look at this suite. You got a king-size bed here that sleeps 2. This couch folds out and sleeps 2. Then you have a beautiful screened-in porch. You come into the bathroom, you have a wet bar. This wet bar will have a sink, a microwave oven, a refrigerator, a coffee pot, and the dishes up above, okay? Then in the master bedroom, you have the Roman tub, the separate shower, the private commode, and 2 sinks, okay? Not 1 sink, 2 sinks. Now, let's talk about this 3-bedroom, 3-bath unit, because this is basically our bread and butter. We have more of these than anything else. I think we have 130 or 140 2-bedrooms, and the majority of everything is this unit, okay? Now, this unit sleeps, let's count them. I want you to walk with me here. 2 in the master bedroom, 2 on the couch, that's 4. 4 in the guest bedroom, that's 8. Okay, there's 2 double beds there. And it sleeps 4 on this side. This 3-bedroom, 3-bath unit will sleep 12 people. It has 2 kitchens. It has 2 jacuzzi bathtubs, 3 bathrooms, and a big screen TV sitting right dab in the middle of the living room. Now, can you sell that? Can you sell that? I mean, what kind of product more could you want? And you ain't got to the good part yet. The good part is this unit will exchange through the II exchange system for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath unit. Now, in all reality, there's not that many 3-bedroom, 3-bath units in the exchange. I think it's less than 5%. So what a lot of our people have been doing with the loft, when they trade, they've been trading them for 2 bedrooms, because they'll say, I want to go to Tennessee, well, we don't have a 3-bedroom, we have a 2. We'll take it. With this product, they can take the right side, the 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and exchange it anywhere in the system for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit, and they can exchange it for 6 people. It sleeps 8, the right side now, sleeps 8 and exchanges for 6. They can then take the efficiency unit that sleeps 4, the left side here, and they can also exchange that through the II system for an efficiency unit for 2 people. It sleeps 4. That's what they call a non-private 4, okay? It doesn't have 2 separate walls to separate the sleeping areas, but it will trade through the II system for an efficiency unit for 2 people, or actually a non-private 4. It will trade for units just like that in the exchange. What have you got here? What did we do? What did David Siegel do when he designed this product? He actually given you a unit that you can sell, and they get 2 weeks for 1, okay? 2 weeks for 1. They can trade the 2-bedroom, 2-bath and take their kids somewhere. Let's say they go to the beach for a week, and then 4 or 5 months later, they can come down here and stay in efficiency, just the man and wife. If they want to bring the kids, they can bring the kids too, because it sleeps 4. Or maybe they want to trade the efficiency and go somewhere else. Go to Austria, or go to Switzerland, or go to England, or go out to Las Vegas, okay? They got 2 weeks for 1. 2 weeks for 1 is exactly what it is. Now, the maintenance fee on the 2-bedroom, 2-bath, I forgot to say that, is $289. The maintenance fee on the 3-bedroom, 3-bath is $299. Just giving you the facts. Okay, if you want, some of you guys want to jot it down, I'm going to give you all the facts now, and then I'm going to finish up by showing you how we want you to present it. Right now, it's going to be real easy to present, so don't get worried. Okay, just try to soak in the knowledge and take home and go over the support material that we're giving you. This unit here will revolutionize your income and our business. This unit here will take us to 17, 18% close and possibly 20. This unit here is 2 weeks for 1. No ifs, buts, and about it. And then if they want to bring a lot of people or got a big family, then they just have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Okay, now, I want you to look at the square footage on that unit. That unit is 1,985 square feet. That corner loft that we sell is somewhere between 1,500 and 1,600 square feet. And this unit is 2,000 square feet. You're talking about going in something like the corner loft that's 25 to 30% bigger than the corner loft. Most of you live in a 2,000 square foot house. And that's a timeshare condo on the Spring-Fed Lake property. I mean, what's the value of that? What's the value of that when the public finds out about it? I mean, that is the most awesome product that's ever been designed. Bar none. Bar none. And let me tell you why it puts Cypress Point and Resort World to shame. And they've really been the only two that's kind of been a thorn in my side. When we lose one, oh, the lockout. We got the lockout. I've heard that shit for the last 2 years. I won't hear it no more. We'll never hear that again at our place. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. We had a guy the other day bought a 3-bedroom lockout over at Resort World, paid $11,000 for it. He came over to us, looked at our product, had no idea that he could trade the Resort World's 3-bedroom lockout for 2 1-bedrooms. He had thought that he could get a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom. He cannot. Resort World has a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout that's, say, a few thousand cheaper than ours. But when you trade it for 2 1-bedrooms. Their master bedroom, their living room, and their kitchen trades as a 1-bedroom, and their other 2 bedrooms trade as another 1-bedroom. Okay, it trades for 2 1-bedrooms. This guy had 4 kids. I said, how many kids you got? He said, 4. I said, you buy this for you or them? He said, them. And I get 2 weeks more. I said, you don't get nothing. I said, if you trade, you're going to trade a 1-bedroom and take 6 people? I said, call the I-girl. It don't work that way. He had no idea. Once I explained to him that with our product, he could take a 2-bedroom, 2-bath and trade it, and still have the efficiency, have the other week of the year for him and his wife to go on a vacation, he was down, man. I mean, just as quick as he could get the pen out to write the cancellation letter, he was buying ours. He was fumbling over his credit card, okay? He was so excited. And he did try to cut me down a little on the price. I said, no. He said, well, look, they're only 11,000, and yours is 15. I said, how many square feet do they got? They got about 1,400 to 1,500 square feet. I said, well, we got 2,000 square feet, and we ought to be charging you 16 or 17, and we're on lakefront property. That's up to 19 or 20. You're stealing this doggone thing 50. He said, you're right, you're right. And he put our credit card out. And what value is it if you can't trade a 2-bedroom anyway? Nothing. Hogwash. All they got is 1 week a year. Okay, that's it. That's the truth of the matter. Cypress Point. That's the only really other one that's got the lockout that's trouble. They sell their weeks, you know, 9, 10,000. I don't know. They'll have to sell them for a little more than that now when the developer finds out he's lost money. But anyway, what do they got? They got a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout. But they got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath that exchange. They can trade their 2-bedroom, 2-bath out for another 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That is true. But the lockout is not a lockout. It's a hotel room. It doesn't have a kitchen. It has no microwave. It has no jacuzzi bathtub. It doesn't have. I mean, it's not like what ours is. It's basically a hotel room with a big bed and a nice bathroom, and all you can do is go back to Cypress Point and use it. You cannot exchange it. It is a hotel room. Okay? So you will never, ever, again, the rest of your life at Westgate, if you know what you're doing and know how to explain our product, and I don't care if we're $3,000 or $4,000 more, because if you can't build the value on that type of construction and that quality unit, and you can easily say, hey, a Cypress Point unit is 1,400 square feet, we're giving you 2,000. That right there is 1/3 more. If you paid them 10, you owe us 15. Give us an extra 5 for the lake value. I mean, we're a stone cold steal, not counting that we can trade for an efficiency and a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. There is no question. Nobody will ever blow you out again if you explain your product right. Never again. It will never happen. You will never have another cancellation to another competitor as long as you do your job. It's absolutely impossible. It's impossible to do that. Absolutely impossible. As long as you do your job and explain the product. Let's go to C. Everybody get to C. Everybody go to C. Oh, the price. I'll tell you at the end of the tour. The price for that 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout unit is the exact same price as an inside loft. It won't be for long, so I sure the hell sell them tomorrow. But that's where it is today. Now, let me ask you a question. What is the loft worth? Look at the inside loft that we have now and compare that to a lockout. How can you even compare it? Let's look at C. If you look at C, it looks awful familiar, right? Well, the right side is exactly the same thing as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. The only difference on the left side, the lockout unit, it's at an angle. Why is it at an angle? Because of the way these buildings are situated, some of the buildings are curved. And where the building is curved, they had to angle the wall. The net result of that is that you have a much larger back porch. Everything else is basically identical. It's just a little bit rearranged. And this unit is called a deluxe, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout deluxe, and it is $500 more. Okay, it's $500 more because of the additional square footage. Now look at the square footage on there. It says 2,084. Look at the bottom of your page. 2,084 square feet. There ain't nobody that has a 2,084 square foot timeshare condo. Try to put yourself in an upstairs corner loft at 1,500 to 1,600 square feet and tell me what 2,100 square feet is. It's taking 33% of that room. You know, when you walk in that inside loft, everybody goes, oh, what are they going to do when they walk in that thing? I mean, they're going to have a heart attack. You're going to have people actually lay down on the floor and die on your tour. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. And how in the world can anybody go to any other resort and buy anything other than that product? There's no way. There's just no way they can do it. All right, let's go to D, Roger. Now, we also have a unit. Oh, the price. I love you guys. The price on this unit, the maintenance fees are $299. I already told you. We want to have 2 maintenance fees over here, $289 and $299. This unit right here is the exact same price as a corner loft unit. And wait, put that back on it for a second, because I want to ask them a question on that. I mean, they brought something up. Let me ask you a question. This unit is bigger than our 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but let's just say it was the same price. And this is the same price as a corner loft today. Let me ask you a question. What do you get with a corner loft? You just walk up them stairs and you get a loft, okay? You got 2 day beds and a TV. You don't have no bathroom. You don't have no jacuzzi. You don't have no 2 sinks. You ain't got no commode. You ain't got a separate shower. You ain't got a sink. You ain't got a microwave. You ain't got a refrigerator. You ain't got none of that stuff. You don't have a king-size bed that sleeps 2 with a fold-out couch that sleeps 2 with a big old porch looking out over lakefront property. What is the value of that? I want you to think in your head, what is the value of that efficiency unit? $7,000. That's a good number, because if I was pricing it in the summer, I'd probably price it for $69.90. I worked at Orange Lake. I've been with this company 10.5 years, and I was at Orange Lake 6 months before I came here. And at that time, we had some efficiency units in the clubhouse. And inside the clubhouse, those efficiency units were very similar to that, but I don't think they were as nice. They had a double bed, and then they had a couch that folded out, and they had a little kitchenette, and then they had the bathroom. But the bathroom didn't have a jacuzzi or a separate shower or 2 sinks or anything like this. And at that time, 11 years ago, we were selling those summer weeks for $59.90. That's what we were selling them for 11 years ago. Knowing them now, they're probably $2,000 or $3,000 over there, the way that probably looks. But anyway, no, just teasing. I hope there's no Orange Lake here. It's a beautiful resort. I had a great time when I was there. Thank God I left. Anyway, so if you had to say to me, what's the value of that product, I would probably say the value of an efficiency unit that sleeps 4, that gives you the kitchen, the jacuzzi, and lets you trade for 2, would be about $69.50 or $69.90 in the summer, and maybe I'd sell it for $59.50 in the fall and spring. Similar to, because I look at our 1-bedrooms. Our 1-bedrooms are $8,400 for all season and $9,400 for the summer, so we're going to say $59 and $69. So what's that average? That average is $6,500. The value of that is $6,500. And then you add it to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, we're selling for $14,000. You got $19,000, $20,000 worth of value there. You got $19,000 or $20,000 worth of value there with a $299 maintenance fee that they are actually paying $149.50 a week maintenance fee. That's right. Add it up. They're paying $299 a year to get a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout. They can trade it for 2 weeks a year. They are paying $149.50 a week maintenance fee. Tell me you can't sell any analytical that comes in there. The pipe smoking engineer analytical, okay? You're killing. You're killing. We hadn't had $149.50 maintenance fee in 10 years. And if we sold them damn things for $19,000, it's still less than $10,000 a week for lakefront property, and we're only at $15,000 now. So everybody you sell tomorrow, next week, next month, every single one of them is going to come back here next year and kiss the ground that you walk on, You're going to do them the biggest doggone favor you could ever do them. So, I mean, I'm telling you, we got the product. Let's go to D. Okay, let's look at D. D is the big. Oh, no, you can't. Just got to do it that way, and then we'll flat. All right. And then D. Okay, go to D now. There's two parts to D. Hope everybody's got it. If they don't, share with your neighbor. D. D is exactly like number B, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout. The only difference, let's roll down, that's the same thing as a B. The only difference, go ahead and take that off and put the whole thing on, it'll confuse them. The only difference is you have a loft. So basically what you're talking about now is 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, sleep 16 people. I know you Spanish people love that. Well, I was raised Catholic too, and I'm one of 7 kids. Babies all over them Spanish people, you know. But anyway, I still can't figure out why they ain't figured out birth control. But anyway, no, I'm not. Let's take a look at this loft unit. Look at this loft unit. Now, let me show you something about this loft unit. You see down here to the right where you meander down the stairs to the living room? There's also a door here, the front door. Look at the bottom. This is the front door that comes in. When you're in a loft unit, the 4-bedroom lockout, and we only have 20 of them, okay? Follow me. If a building's got 6 stories high, and let's just say there's 6 units in a building, 6 stories high. Then on the first floor you have 6, the second floor you have 6, the third floor you have 6, the fourth floor you have 6, the fifth floor you have 6, and on the 6th floor you only have 4. You have 4 on the inside. You don't have the 2 on the inside. Why? Because that space is now allocated for this. So when you go up to the 5th floor, you go in the door to your 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout. But you could also go up the elevator to the 6th floor, get out of the elevator, walk to the end of the hall, and go in this door here, and come in and have a much larger wet bar with the full, you know, the coffee pots, the microwave, the refrigerator, the sink, the dishes, a beautiful bathroom. Look at these bathrooms, whirlpool, jacuzzi tub, separate showers, a private commode. Those things come in handy after a hard night of drinking. But anyway, 2 sinks. Where do these thoughts come from? Anyway, and you got a king-size bed with a privacy wall that goes into I call it a living room. We'll call it a sleeping area, but it's a living room with a couch folds out and sleeps too, and another porch. Look at that unit. Look at that unit and tell me what's the value of it. I'll tell you what the value is. The value of these were so high that when we allowed in-house to start selling this product last week, not only did they have the biggest week in in-house history. Did you mention that? Oh, you did mention it. I wasn't here. I came in right just for. Not only did they have the biggest week in in-house history, they were selling these 4 bedrooms so fast, I was raising the price damn near by the hour. I raised Christmas week from $19,900 to $29,900. They went up $10,000 in 1 week. And the summers went up $5,000 and $6,000. But you know what? A Christmas week in this product. Let's look at what the product is. Look at the square footage on it. Does it have it on there? Oh, on your first plan, does it say 20? The square footage on that unit is 2,641 square feet. 2,641 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. How many kitchens? 3 kitchens. I can already count that high. 3 kitchens, 3 jacuzzi bathtubs. Sleeps 16 people. Sleeps 16 people. It's an awesome product. We only have 20 of them. We're selling weeks at Christmas for $29,900. You work for a resort that has $30,000 weeks. How does that feel? That makes a $15,000 week cheap. Go down to Fridays and have a drink and stand by some of them people at the other resorts. You know how they're all mouthing off how great they are? Say, hell, we sell our weeks down there for $30,000. Watch them choke over their straw. I mean, and be proud of it, because you know what? We're going to sell every damn one of them for $30,000, because you know what? That's still too cheap. You know why? Because this unit trades for 4 weeks. No, excuse me. Trades for, wait, time out, back up. This unit trades for 3 weeks. Well, you know, I thought I was working at Resort World. Anyway, I get confused. I hope I can't get sued for any of this stuff, Dave. Of course, David will back me. All right, anyway. This unit here will trade for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for 6 people. It will trade for 2 efficiency units. It trades for 3 weeks, okay? Now, let me tell you why it's worth $30,000. If you buy a Christmas for $29,900, you're still paying less than $10,000 a week. But you know what the real kicker is? We left the maintenance fee on these $299. They got 3 weeks. They're paying, instead of paying $300 a week maintenance fee and having $900 maintenance fee, they're only paying $300 maintenance fee. So what are they doing? They're saving $600 just on the maintenance fee. In 10 years, they're saving $6,000 just on the maintenance fee. I'll tell you right now, we only got 6 lakefront units because the first phase we opened up, there's 3 buildings with these units. There's 6 of them on the lake. So that's why I know that I got plenty of people who are going to pay me $29,900. In fact, when I open up the next phase, they're going to $34,900. So you might as well tell the customer, if you want one, buy it now because they're going up $34,900 when he opens the next phase. And I will raise them to $34,900. Why? Because I only got 20. Out of the 600 brand new units, there's only 20 of them. And you guys know, especially in in-house where they deal with the owner base, there's a lot of people that want that product. Why? Because there ain't nobody in the world can give them that product. Nobody in the world. Can you imagine? You can't even imagine this product. This thing's got 3 porches. They're up here in the top floor. They meander down here, and there's a 2,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout unit. They got 3 porches, 2 on that one level, 1 on the next level. I mean, you can have a, think about it. I mean, look what you're finding. I mean, and when you're able to tell people we have weeks for $30,000, it makes $15,000 look dirt cheap. Makes it look dirt cheap. So now that you've got the product knowledge, let me go into how we want the line to sell it. Okay? That's it for now. Okay. Starting tomorrow, because we have very limited inventory now. When we get to week 26, starting Saturday, we have none, okay? Very few, maybe a very, very few. It's got to be very delicate the way you pitch this product. Why? Because if you do it wrong, you can make it more confusing. The TO managers in this room know how to pitch it. They know the product. They know how to do the drop. They know the terms. They know what it sleeps. They know what it trades. As far as you're concerned, you don't get in any of that. As of right now, you don't get in any of it. Now, let me tell you how we're going to market it. In approximately 2 weeks, and maybe not that long, we're going to open up a beautiful preview center. We're going to have that addition added on to the, well, you guys have seen the construction going on the last 4 or 5 weeks. What's going to happen, the ups are going to come in just like they always have. They're going to go out, they're going to get booked to take a tour at Westgate. They're going to get the same invitation. They're going to drive to the same place they've always drove. They're going to park at the same place they've always parked. They're going to walk into the same front desk they've always walked into. You're going to greet them the same way. You're going to take them in for breakfast and do your total presentation the exact same way that you do it now, okay? The only difference, when you show the movie and as you're leaving the movie, as you're finished your front end, we're going to blow a hole in that wall about where Kurt and Pat's office is, and you're going to go into that corridor. Don't worry, we're going to give them another one because they've been doing one hell of a job. We're going to even give them a much bigger office. How about it for the training department? Best training department ever been put together in this business on the face of the earth. Bar none. Bar none. Okay, as you go through this big hallway, you're going to be going down the hall into a preview center. This preview center is going to knock your socks off. You think you got excited tonight? In 2 weeks, you're really going to get another charge. We spent close to $50,000 on the graphics going in this preview center. As you go in this preview center, the theme of this preview center is going to be past, present, and future. As you go into the preview center, and it's large enough that somebody can be touring down this wall and somebody else can be touring down this wall. As you go into the preview center, it's going to have a picture of David and Betty, and it's going to have basically the past, all the history, and it's going to have a lot of things to build credibility. It's going to talk about all the businesses that we own, like Club Orlando, seasons that are sold out. It's going to show the Mystery Fun House. It's going to show a picture of CFI, the corporate office building, 35,000 square feet that has nothing but our employees in it. It's going to show something about CFI Cellular, everything but water. It's going to have something on the board showing that we are the #1 taxpayer in the county. The assessed values for CFI last year in Osceola County were $158 million. Number 2 was the telephone company at $51 million, and number 3 was Disney World at $42 million. Our people paid 4 times the property tax in Osceola County that Disney World did last year. A lot of their property is zoned agriculture, and the majority of it is in Orange County, but that's why. But we were still 3 and 4 times bigger property taxpayer than the number 2 or 3 people. Okay, I hope that they'll even let us put a picture of their house up there, but I don't know if they will or not. Biggest house built in the east of the Mississippi in 75 years. I hope I can get a picture of it, so this is where our developer lives. Anyway, now think about this. By the time we go through there, we are going to build so much credibility. We're going to have a picture of the Hotel Royal Plaza in there. You know, we're going to have all the properties that we own on that wall. By the time the people get around the first corner, what are they going to be thinking? They're going, oh my God, this is a major conglomerate. This is an empire. This is big time. We are lucky to be part of this. I mean, they're not going to have any fear of what happens in my mind. You know, I mean, they are going to know that we're big time, okay? That's what's going to happen. Subconsciously, it's going to really help your sales presentation. It would be wonderful to have that even if we didn't need it for the way we're going to pitch. But anyway, you go around the second corner, so it goes past and then present. The second corner is all going to be on Westgate. And what we're going to do is we're going to have beautiful pictures up there with lighting in the back of things that they never see when you're touring them. It's going to be showing the check-in parties with the Westgate band there, the Westgaters. It's going to show the pool parties by the pool. It's going to show the free breakfasts by the pool. It's going to have pictures of people playing bingo, out there playing tennis and in the paddle boats and so forth. What you're going to do, when the people are going through, you're going to say, oh, remember I told you about the check-in party? Here's our band, the Westgaters. Then they'll show people dancing and all the food and everything. Because let me tell you something, those parties are knockdown drag out, and everybody on the line doesn't even know it, and the owners don't even know it until they come back the next year, and that's why so many of them buy another week of timeshare. Our in-house program is so awesome, people can't even comprehend the numbers they do out of there. They can't even comprehend the numbers. They did $1,348,000 last weekend in-house, and there's not another resort in this town that even hit $1 million. How about it for the in-house? Think about it. You can't even tell me that you can think about that, because I can't even believe it. I've been here 10 years. The first time we did $1 million in a week was Easter. David was so excited, he went down and closed down a restaurant in Winter Park and took us all out to eat and drink. We got in-house popping $1 million, $1.3 million like it wasn't nothing. And why? Why are they buying? They're buying because the way we treat them when they get back there. They're buying, as corny as it sounds, the love and happiness and the attention that they get. That's what they're buying. And so many people that you sell here today, they're going to come back next year and buy another week. You're doing them a favor. You're doing them a favor. There'll be over $40 million in in-house sold this year, and probably $50 million the next. Why? I mean, people can't even comprehend it. Our competitors do maybe $1 million, $2, $3 million. They've never heard of $40 million in in-house. If that doesn't show you our owners are happy, I don't know what does. I mean, if our owners weren't happy, they might buy nothing or want to give it back to us, much less buy $40 million in a year. It took us 5 years to get our sales up to $40 million. And I don't think there's another resort in the country that's over $40 million, and our in-house is doing it. And I'm talking Vistana, Orange Lake, any of them. I really don't think any of them do $40 million in a year, much less our in-house does that. And that tells something for the line, because that means the people you're selling are satisfied. Satisfied to 1 out of 4 that walks up in that room and buys another week. So anyway, as they're going through that, they're going to be able to see the things that they've never been able to see when you sell them. And then they're going to get real excited. When they see people playing bingo and line dancing and their own band, they go, wow, that's what a check-in party looks like? You got your own band? You give all this food away every morning for breakfast? It makes it real. Beautiful light boxes. I mean, they're going to walk through there and they're going to say, whoa, man, this place is awesome. And then what's going to happen? Past, present, that's the present. Then what's going to happen? You're going to walk around the corner and, oh, Lordy, there it is. Westgate Lakes. This room is just going to blow you away. Let me tell you something about this room. This room is going to have the same kind of pictures up on the wall that around the other corner of Westgate, but these are all going to be Westgate Lakes. Westgate Lakes, Phase 2. And you're going to walk in this big room, and at the end of the room, there's going to be a scale model of Westgate Lakes. It's going to be 12 feet wide, 8 feet tall, and 5 feet thick. And as you're looking at this gigantic thing, it's going to be all the water on the lake, the beautiful grass and all the buildings that are there with the island and everything and all the boats down there and the jet skis, and it's going to have all the units, little models of all these buildings all on the lake, and you're going to be looking at all that going, my God, and then there's going to be a big picture in the back of it that curves around that would be the same picture that you would be seeing if you were out in a helicopter right over the middle of the lake looking back at the whole property. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be unbelievable. And on the walls, as you walk in on the side of the walls, there's going to be the same pictures in these lit up boxes in the back that are going to be pictures of the jet ski, the water ski, the restaurant, the bar. So you're going to be able to see, yeah, see, it already has the bar in it, the restaurant, they have jet skis, water skis. You're going to blow hey, these are not cheap graphics. These graphics are going to be comparable to what you would see at SeaWorld or Disney World. This room is going to knock the shorts off of you guys, much less the customers. And you're going to walk around that corner, and you're going to see this preview center, and as you're walking through, you're going to say, this is Westgate Lakes. This is our new project. This is Phase 2. Because up on the wall, it's going to say Westgate Lakes Phase 2. And then they're going to say, what's this? Well, this is the resort we're going to be building next year. And you're going to show them that. And then you're going to walk out the door, and you're going to go right down the lake just like you've always done. You're going to go through the clubhouse. You're going to walk over and show them your models. You're going to come to the summary point and do your trial close, and you're going to bring them into the sales center, and you're going to do the money the exact same way you've always done. Okay? Nothing changes. All you're going to do is go through that preview center. What is the purpose of it? The purpose of it is we want to get them excited of this new project. But it's not like we're selling it to them today. We're talking about Westgate Lakes Phase 2. This will be here next year. So then when they come back in the property and you're showing the prices, you're showing them the prices for an existing unit just like you showed them. You're going to show them 25% down to financing over 5 years and so forth. When you get to the problem of the money, whether it be the down payment or the month payment, then you're going to call the TO in the same way that you've always done. And when the TO comes to the table, in order to make it affordable, whatever their problem is, he's going to pitch pre-construction in Phase 2. Instead of being across the street or right behind the sales center, it's just going to be right up the road on our lakefront property. Okay? The same thing that we have done for 11 years. They can pay this price to use it this year. They can stay here this year. They can trade and go somewhere else, or they can buy one pre-construction and use it next year. The only difference, instead of being across the street or over here or over there, it's just Phase 2 of Westgate, right up the road a little piece. And what's going to happen, their eyes are going to light up because we're going to blow them away when they see that scale model, that topo. And then when you do your drop and you show the floor plans, you see it's your key. If you can't mention a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout. You can't mention any of that stuff because what happens, you're going to give it away. But if the TO comes to the table, and not only does he take a $4,000 or $5,000 down payment and a $300 a month payment down to a $2,000 down payment and a $200 a month payment because he's going to take it over 10 years instead of 5, he's going to show them a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout that they get 2 weeks for one. So not only is the urgency of doing the drop, and then when he sees the product, it's like, if that don't whammy him, nothing will whammy him, boy. I mean, that is the ultimate drop. It's the ultimate drop. Hey, so he does his drop, and he drops him down to $14,900 for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath lockout. All of a sudden, they really like the program. They've got real excited, but they can't afford it. They can't afford it. Let me take a break here. They can't afford it. So what does your TO do? He feels that they're honest. He feels that they really want the product. He feels you sold them. He drops it to a half week. He drops it to a half week. Why? Because they can always pick up the other half later. He drops it to a half week for $8,500. $1,242 down payment and $144.50 a month. Guess what he gives them at a half week? Wait a minute, this is the best part. For a half week, he gives them a week of timeshare every year. He gives them a 2-bedroom, 2-bath 1 year, and then they take the efficiency and pull it ahead or carry it back and take it for the next year. So he buys a half week for $8,500, $1,242 down, $144.50 a month. He gets a week of timeshare every year and a maintenance fee of $149.50. Why? Because when you own a half week, you pay half the maintenance fee. Tell me that ain't it. Tell me that ain't it. Tell me. Tell me that ain't it. Oh my God. Whew. Tell me that ain't it. Listen to me now. $8,500. He gets a week every year. $1,242 down, $144 a month, and he's buying a week of timeshare every year, and his damn maintenance fee is $149.50. I mean, who would just show you take it? In fact, I've got a hell of a deal for you. I'll talk to you tomorrow, but if anybody wants one, I'll get you 35% off. Nothing down but the closing costs. Yeah, and you know, all seriously, David has made an offer of you guys, and I didn't plan on selling anything, but let me get up here and tell you about it. If any employee wants to buy this product, we can sell it to you 35% off of that price. There's people that have bought a half week for $6,100. You can put 10% down and get 12% interest, or you can put nothing down but the closing costs and get 14 3/4. For $6,100, you can buy a week at Westgate Lakes and get a week every year. And if you can afford it, I damn sure buy it, because it'll increase your sales. I'm sorry. He wanted me to tell you that in-house had 10 of their salespeople that bought a week last week. We did a seminar like this on Wednesday and Thursday, 10 of them bought a week. But you know what? What, you want a credit card? I'll get you one tomorrow. Where can you buy a week for $6,000 like that and get a week every year for $149.50? Because when you have a half week, you don't pay the maintenance fee every other year. You pay half a maintenance fee a year. So if the maintenance fee is $299, they're paying $149.50. So every year they get a maintenance fee for $149.50. They can take a 2-bedroom one year and trade the efficiency the next. Just carry it over. You can sell them a week of timeshare every year, cheaper than I sold it 10 years ago. Cheaper than I sold it 10 years ago. Now or basically the same price. I mean, let me just ask you a question. $8,500, and you're on 10% commissions, $850. If you're on 15%, what's it, $1,275 or something like that? You can actually come to work, sell one half week a damn week for $144.50 a month. If you close 15%, make $1,200 or $1,300. This, I'm telling you, let me tell you something here. I wanted to get this product knowledge out of the way, but I'm going to tell you something right now. This night is going to change your life. If you'll listen to what I'm telling you and you'll focus your energy, this night will change your life. Because there can't nobody touch us right now. We got a product that is superior to none. Nobody can touch us. We can give them a week, a half week, a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom. We can give anybody anything they want. We'll take those 400 old units and we'll convert them, and it'll give us something even cheaper to sell than this. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Nobody can touch us. Valley can't touch us. Parkway can't touch us. Vistana can't touch us. Resort World can't touch us. The Marriott can't touch us. Orange Lake can't touch us. Cypress Point can't touch us. Hell, even Disney World can't touch us. How y'all doing in the back there? Woo! Okay. We talked about this. Let's review where we're at. We talked about where would be the best location to build a timeshare in the face of the earth in Orlando, Florida. We already know Orlando is the best place in the United States, and the United States is the best place in the world, so we obviously got our timeshare in the best place in the world. We got the best location. We got the best product. Ain't nobody got a product, can't even come close to it. Now all we got to do is make a commitment to ourselves to take advantage of the opportunity that David and Betty Siegel have given you. And I'm going to tell you something right now. There was a hell of a lot of time put in effort to design this product. There was a lot of thought, and there was a lot of work went into it. And ain't nobody can touch us. Nobody. We were in the 9th inning. We had 2 strikes and 3 balls. Bases were loaded. We were down by 3 runs, and we got up there and smacked a damn grand slam is what we did. Because we'd be out of inventory next week. We smacked a grand slam. That's exactly what we did. And you can thank David and Betty Siegel for doing it for you. How about it for David and Betty? That's right. Let me ask you, can you sell that product? Can you sell it better than you ever sold anything in your life? Well, I know damn good well I could. I know damn good well I could. I could sell that product better than anything I've ever sold in my life. And I'll tell you something. I told this to a couple of guys at work the other day. I'm 37 years old, and I've been selling ever since I was this high. Used to sell strawberries to Yankees when they drive through town. Put the round ones on the bottom. They get halfway down the road with no difference. But I've been selling ever since I was this high. Yeah, you say, what's that on that strawberry? Well, that's what color they are. They're half black and half red. Oh, okay. Anyway, Anyway, I've been selling all my life, and I used to sell insurance. And I'll tell you something, when I first started selling insurance when I was 21 in California, I ain't really sold nothing that I didn't sometimes feel a little guilty about. I used to always feel like, damn, I'm taking advantage of them. You know, I'm going in there, I'm getting them to like me, I'm controlling their mind, I'm taking advantage of them, getting buy my product. There was one thing that I sold when I was selling insurance. I remember going to a trailer in Alturas, California. And this is a little trailer that sits right on the border between Nevada and California. I mean, it's all the way in the corner. And I was standing out on that trailer, and she goes, see over there? I said, yes. She goes, well, that's Nevada, and we're in California. I said, wow, Alturas, California, way up in the boonies of California. I used to sell it all over Northern California, Nevada, the Bay Area, all the way down to Bakersfield and Fresno. And I went in these people's house, and they didn't look like they had a pot to piss in. And it got to the end, and they bought everything I had. They bought a cancer policy, a Medicare supplement, and a life insurance. And it got down to the end, and they were writing out the checks. And could you hold this till, Monday? We get the check in from the railroad pension and Social Security. And I drove out there, leaving out there, and they hadn't had nobody come up and talk to them, and I don't know when, because they just were feeding me. They didn't want me to leave. And I drove out there, I was feeling really guilty. I was like, man, damn, I got to get out of this sales. I said, man, I took advantage of the people. I went in there, they fell in love with me. I got what little bit of money they had, and here I am making commission. I just felt a little guilty about it. It wasn't 90 days after that. It didn't stop me from selling, but I did feel a little guilty about it. Well, I wouldn't have been a salesman if I'd done that, would I? But anyway, I'll tell you something happened. About 90 days later, we got a letter from that lady. And for some reason, they were driving down to Bernie, which is another little town in Northern California. The man had a heart attack, pulled over on the side of the car. They rushed him to the hospital. Found out that he was ate all up with cancer. Ate all up with it, okay? And he ended up dying. And it was quick. He died shortly. We ended up giving him like a $19,000 worth of cancer bills. The life insurance policy was not a big one. It was like $5,000. He wanted to get enough to bury him. And plus, he collected on the Medicare supplement. I think he got $27,000 or $30,000 from our company. And this lady was writing a letter, and it was talking about, when you came to our home, we didn't really think we could afford to buy your product, but it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to us. And she told the whole story. And they put it up on the wall at work where everybody would read it. From that point on, I felt so good. I thought, wow, I actually felt guilty. And I did the best thing I could have ever done for those people. And I used to say, right now, I'm going to sell everybody that I see, thinking that they could die the next day. And that's the only way you could program your mind when you're selling insurance. That's what I used to do. But I still feel a little guilty about it. I'm rambling on, but let me get to the point. The point is this. When I first started selling time, I didn't know the damn exchange worked. To be honest with you, it wasn't even quite sure if David was even going to build them, because we were selling out of a triple wide mobile home. I used to walk out on the porch and I said, yeah, when you get back here next year, there's going to be 3 buildings, J, K, and L, where them weeds are over there. And sure enough, he built them. And everybody said, man, don't go to work for him. He ain't going to build them things. But I felt that way. I can actually stand here and tell you right now, with this product that we have, I feel better about selling it than any time I've ever sold anything in my life. Why? I already paid $10,000 a week for lakefront property. So in my mind, the value of the damn lakefront property is $10,000. And if I'm paying them a week for $15,000 or $16,000, and you're giving them 2 weeks with $150 maintenance fee, that's half the maintenance fee they're paying now. And then you're giving them a product this large. You guys don't have any 2,000 square feet. Imagine these people when they come back next year, they pull in that unit and they get on the elevator. This is what's going to happen. They're going to go up 3 or 4 floors. They're going to get out of the elevator and they're going to stand before they ever go in the damn unit. And they're going to look out and they're going to go, whoa, man, there's the Peabody right there, the big convention center right there. They're going to look over and see SeaWorld. They're going to look down I-Drive and see all the development, Wet and Wild. They're going to see the big things at Wet and Wild. They're going to look down and see the Sun Bank building, all the big bank buildings downtown, and all the beautiful oak trees covered like a blanket. They're going, my God, it's beautiful. They're going to look out here and see the planes landed and taken off from the airport. And this is before they even walk in the damn front door. And then they're going to turn the key and walk in the front door, and there is going to be a 2,000 square foot unit there. 2,000 square foot with a big, beautiful kitchen with an eat-in table, with a beautiful bar with 3 chairs, with a big screen TV. They're going to sit on their couch and have a big screen TV. They're going to walk in the master bedroom with a king-size bed, a jacuzzi, 2 sinks, a private shower, a private commode with a sitting area, with a dim porch. They're going to walk, the porch is there. They're going to walk in the lockout unit and have another master bedroom suite. They can bring another couple with them and vacation together, and the couple's got their privacy and you got your privacy. I mean, I would never go on vacation in a damn motel room with another couple. I'd hate to even be in the room next door, because if they heard me, they'd be up all damn night long. And I wouldn't buy to do that. But anyway, but to have 2 private rooms on complete other sides of the condo, okay? I mean, think about it. And then to have a guest bedroom with 2 double beds. I mean, that is the most awesome product. And they're going to walk in that living room, and they're going to look out, and they're going to walk out on that porch, and they're going to look down, there's the sun setting over that lake. Because I've been there, I've seen it. They're going to see violet and blue reflections of the water. They're going to see the sun setting over here. They're going to see the skyline of Lake Buena Vista hotels. This hotel right here is one of them. And they're going to see Disney's fireworks go off at night. They're going to be going, my God, this is the most awesome product. This is the most awesome product ever. I mean, I wouldn't doubt really that these $15,000 weeks within 5 years will be $25,000, 5, 7 years. Everybody you're selling now, you can't go wrong. And let me tell you something else. You ain't going to have resale hurt you. There won't even be a resale for 3 or 4 years. How about that? You can't buy a damn resale. Well, I don't want your product because I bought a week sale for $8,000. Well, go buy the damn thing for $8,000. If you can't see this being worth $15,000 and get 2 weeks for one, what's that? That's $7,500 a week. And I'm putting you on the lake in a brand new building with this location. They'll cancel the resale and run down here and buy a week from us. We're going to be the worst thing a resale ever heard. A resale salesman goes and say, oh shit, he went to Westgate Lakes. I ain't got a damn chance in the world to sell him. That's what the resale man's going to say. All right, we talked enough about that. I think everybody's on one wavelength. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about what you got to do to be a master salesman. And I'll tell you, it's really not that difficult. There's a lot of things to do, but as long as you do them all, you can be a master salesman. We have more master salesmen in this company than we've ever had. You know what? And I was at the office today, and I told the calling payroll, I said, you know what? Run me Judy Levy's year-to-date income. She'll probably kill me, and I hope there ain't no IRS statements in here, but I'll tell you right now, she has been paid. She has been paid over $100,000 this year. She's been paid almost $105,000, and it ain't even been 6 months. How about, where's Judy Levy? How about it for Judy Levy? She is a master salesperson. And I don't have time to tell about everybody making $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 a week, but we have a salesman in this room making over $100,000 in 6 months. She is on target to make $210,000 for the year if she does exactly what she did the first 6 months, the last 6 months. There ain't that many people that make $200,000. There ain't that many people that make $100,000. In fact, we had 51 people in our company last year that made 6-figure income. And I don't think Disney World or Martin Marietta had 50 people that made 6-figure income. Why? Because they have a lot more employees, but there's 80,000, 70,000, they're executives. We have that many people making 6-figure. And every one of our TOs started just like you did, as a line salesman, just like I did. And that's what we're here to talk about. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Why? How would you like to go back in time 10 years and start the same time I did as a salesman when Westgate only had 2 buildings there and triple wide mobile home? You'd all say, yeah, I'd love to have been back there then. Why? Well, you're selling your weeks for $75, $8,000, whatever, and the maintenance fees were $175, and the business was new. Okay? Well, starting tomorrow, you got the same deal. You got a better deal. We got 1,000 units at Westgate. It took us 10 years to do it, almost 11 years. We got 1,000 units at Sonesta, which should be Westgate Lakes. We got 1,000 units there. It won't take us 10 or 11 years to do it because we're selling a lot faster now than we did years ago. But we got a good 5 or 6 years, and David's already working on something right now that'll make Westgate look like Magic Tree. Okay, I can't tell y'all what it is, but it's basically, we're getting y'all set up where we can put you in business for 10 or 15 years. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about what you got to do to make money and to change your life. And this is what you got to do. The most important thing you got to do is set goals. You got to set goals. And I know that sounds corny, and I know you've heard it before, but let me tell you something. It's something about setting goals. When you set a goal, and you obtain that goal, and you do everything you have to do to get it, and don't break any of God's rules. In other words, you don't lie, cheat, or steal to get it. But you work hard, you get up early in the morning, you work late, you work that 6th day if you have to, you get on the telephone at night if you have to, and you play by the rules of the universe, and you set a goal. You program it in your subconscious mind, and there's a power of its own that takes over, and somehow you get every single one of them. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I've been doing it for the last 17 years, and it's worked for me for 17 years. I set a goal. I said, well, I see that Jaguar. I'd like to have one of them. This is what I got to do to get it. I like to have lakefront property. This is what I got to do to get it. I like to have all this is what I got to do to get it. Well, let me tell you something. Everything that you want or need, you can make right here with this job. You don't need anything else, okay? What you got to do is you got to decide how much money that you want to make this year in the next 12 months. You go home and you write that down. This is how much money I want to make. This is the annual income that I want to make. And then you go to the next step. You say, well, if I want to make this much money in a year, then how much does that mean in a month? Then you divide it by the month. You know, there's 12 months, so it's got to be this much a month for 12 months. Then you divide it, the next equation, to weekly. I got to do this much a week. Okay, so you know how much you got to do a week, then you know how much you got to do a month, and how much you got a year to hit your goal. And I'll tell you something. If you do that and you write it down, okay, let's just suppose it's 1 sale or 2 sales a week, and then on Monday you start working. So, oh, I got a deal. And then on Wednesday you get another one. Don't give up. Go ahead and get 3 or 4 that week when you're rolling, because you might go a week where you don't get one. And now, let me tell you something. When I started selling insurance when I was 21, my boss trained me, and at that time, if you could hit $1,000 a week in a year, you write $1,000 in a week of annualized premium. Let me give you what that translates to. If a guy pays $25 a month for an insurance policy, that's $300 a year, annualized premium. And you used to get half of that. So he said everybody was, you know, the average in the company was $1,000 a week. But when he trained me, he never told me that. He said, listen, the average in the company is $2,000 a week. You got to go out and write $2,000 worth of annualized premium every week. So since that's all I knew, I did it every damn week. I'd go out every week and write $2,000 worth of annualized premium. And you know what? If I didn't have it on a Saturday, if I didn't have it on a Friday, I'd work on a Saturday. And if I didn't have it on a Saturday, I'd work on a Sunday. Okay, I'd do it and whatever I had to do until I got $2,000. And it was crazy. Sometimes I'd write $4,000 in a week. The biggest week was $3,950, because when I got on a roll, I'd be maybe up in Yuba City or Reno or Fallen, Nevada or something. I'm already out of town, so I keep going. And you know what? I never, ever didn't write $2,000 a week, because I never gave up. And I'm not trying to talk about me, because I'm trying to just use a story that you can relate to in timeshare. And I remember one time it was like 10 o'clock on a Sunday night, and I lacked like $300 from having my $2,000, and I couldn't believe it. I was in Marysville, California, and I thought, oh, God, I got to go to work tomorrow, and I actually didn't hit $2,000. And I was going through my leads, and I had one last lead, and it was a labor union 185. Those are the laborers union. We were working with union members. And it didn't even have a phone number. And I thought, my God, it's 10 o'clock on Sunday night. I can't go to these people's house. I said, hell with it. Just go. You're here. You got to work this lead. You got to. And I pulled up to this house, and I had to cold call it. You know, just go up and knock on the door and hold the lead in front and say, did you send this lead in? And hope they're not ready to shoot you, you know. And I went up, and I pulled up to this house, and it was the south part of Marysville. It's a little place called what do they call it? I can't remember the name of it. I went to this, and it was up on blocks, and I thought, it was all wood and everything. I thought, oh, my God, these people don't have a pot to piss in. They got to be broker than I am. I went up on the door, and I knocked on the door, and the guy is an old man from Oklahoma. Most of those union members in California, all the workers from Oklahoma and Arkansas, they all came out in the Dust Bowl. He came to the door, nicest guy, and said, yeah, come on in, come on in. Went in there. I showed them the insurance. I just didn't think there's no way they could buy the product. It was crazy. The guy goes, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take the $25 a month. That $5 a week, the way I pitched it, is $25 a month, or $24.92, whatever it was. And he goes, okay, I said, well, we put these on a monthly bank draft, the same way we do our payments now. That's the only way we can do it. He goes, I don't have a checking account, and I don't have bank. And I thought, oh, my God, if they don't do that, the only way they can buy it was pay cash. So I didn't think there was no way this guy had cash. I said, well, the only way you could do it is pay cash. He said, okay. He got up, walked in his bedroom, came out there and laid $300 cash on me. I thought to myself, my God, I never did. Had a big old jar full of money. He kept it back under his mattress. I got in my car. I stopped at 7-Eleven and bought 2 tall Schlitz malt liquors. And I got in the car, because that's the way I drive home, 2 Schlitz malt liquors. That got me from Marysville down to Sacramento. But I was buzzing when I got there, too. But anyway, 2 talls. And I thought to myself, my God, it goes to show you, if you never give up, no matter what, if you never, ever give up, God will never fail you. As long as you do the work, you'll always win. And you know what? Every top salesman in here and every manager, I'll guarantee you, will tell you that there was times they wanted to quit this business. I actually got in my car before after hauling 6 ups one day in July when we used to be able to work 6 ones, and we hauled up from 7 in the morning to 5 at night. Believe it or not, that's the way we used to do it in the old days. And I had like 6 ups, and I drove home. I told my wife, I quit that job. I said, I'm tired of that 6-1, working 12, 14 hours a day. And she goes, well, look, it's your day off tomorrow. Why don't you just take your day off and see how you feel about it? And I need to tell you, I had quit in my mind. And I took the next day off. The next day, she goes, why don't you go in? I said, well, okay, it's the end of June. July and August is supposed to be good. That's the summer season. That's when I went in July and August was sales month. They promoted me to manager in September. But I'm telling you, when I drove out that day, I quit. So there's going to be times in your life when you're ready to quit. Okay, this is a high turnover business because of rejection. If you are human beings, nobody likes to be rejected 8 or 9 out of 10 times. You could be a superstar and you get rejected 8 out of 10 times. Nobody likes that. We're humans. We have emotions. And then what happens, what kills us is sometimes we don't get 8 no's in a row. We get 16 no's in a row. And then we get 24 no's in a row. And then at that time, our self-esteem is so beat up and so low that when we get the lay down, we can't even sell them because we're negged out. Okay? You know what I mean? And next thing you know, the next thing you know, you're on your way down the road with your tails between your legs feeling like you were a failure. And that's what happens. But what you got to do, the secret of this business, is you've got to take 8, 16, or 24 no's in a row if that's what happens. And spend time with your trainers. You got to be able to get in your car. Like if you have 2 ups in a day and you don't sell them, you got to get in your car and you got to drive home. And you got to rise above it. You got to pull up to the real you, that soul in there. And you got to talk to yourself and you got to say, okay, Jim, I had 2 ups today, but I didn't sell them. But that's okay because tomorrow's another day and I got to go through 8 no's to get 2 yeses. Because it don't do no good to close 20% if you only take 5 ups a month. Okay, you still got to take 10 ups a week. You got to take 10 ups a week and hopefully have 8 no's and 2 yeses. But you got to go through the no's to get to the yeses. So when you get in your car, you say, okay, I didn't sell any today, but that's 2 of my no's. Thank God, that's 2 of my 8. Go to work, come back the next day, fresh. You can't take it home with you. You got to rise above it. You got to be able to communicate with yourself instead of holding it all in, okay? And that's the secret to handling rejection, is let it go and leave you. Don't stay in you. And it's not a personal thing when they say no. It just the product that we have just wasn't for those people. That's all. Now, I'm going to do quickly something real quickly, the winning edge. Everybody pull out the sheet of the winning edge. I actually going a little bit over. I'll try to speed it up here. But this is the last thing on the projector. Okay. Now, this basically is in reference to the line, in-house it doesn't work that way. I was going over this last night. Roger and I were up to almost 1:30 in the morning putting this together, and I thought maybe we'll have to look and see what we can do for you guys. But let's look at this on the line. I got the left side and the right side. We're talking about the winning edge. Look up here. Everybody got your sheet, right? All right, now look here. 20 tours times 2 sales equals 10% close. Let's just suppose, I'm just showing you an example. 20 tours, and let's say you sell 2 of them. That means you're a 10% closer. Now look to the right side of your page, and let's suppose you had 20 tours and you had 3 sales. Then that's a 15% closer. Everybody see that? I wish this is not working, do you? All right, look up top left, 20 tours times 2 sales, 10% close, 20 tours times 3 sales, 15% close. Now don't look back on the right, only look at the left. Let's suppose you have 2 tours a day. Some days you'll get 3, some days you'll get 1. Okay, we're coming in the summer, a lot of you will be going to 3, but let's say you average 2 tours a day. And if you want 2 tours a day, come let Roger and Barry know. They'll get you 2 tours a day. We'll get the tours to the people that want them. We want them to go to the people that want them. Then you work 5 days a week. That equals 10 tours a week. You work 50 weeks in a year. Let's say you have 2 weeks vacation. 50 weeks times 10 tours means in a year you would have 500 tours in a year. 500 tours times the 10% close equals 50 sales. Everybody follow me. If you have 50 sales and the average sales price is $10,000, that means you would write $500,000 in volume for the year. Okay, everybody follow me? So you'd write $500,000 volume in a year. Now, if you take the $500,000 in volume and you divide it by 500 tours, which is 10 tours a week for 50 weeks, that equals a $1,000 VPU or 10% commission. So then you come to the bottom. $500,000 in volume times 10% commission equals $50,000 in yearly income. So if you come to work 5 days a week, take 2 ups a day, work 50 weeks, and you sell 1 out of 10, you are going to make $50,000 in a year. Now go to the right side. 20 tours, 3 sales, you're a 15% closer. Now you got to understand, I'm talking about 20 tours and one man selling 2 and one man selling 3. I'm talking selling one more tour out of 18 that didn't buy. Only one more. That's the winning edge. That's the difference of a superstar. It's not that big of a difference. And that difference is this: 2 tours a day, 5 days a week, 10 tours a week. 50 weeks times 10 tours equals 500 tours. 500 tours times a 15% close is 75 sales. So the only thing we changed was 10% close or 15% close. 75 sales times 10,000 average sales price, and I'm being conservative there, is $750,000 volume for the year. $750,000 divided by 500 tours equals a $1,500 BPU, which is a 15% commission. 750,000 times 15% commission equals $112,500 in yearly income. Now that damn well blowed my mind. Does that blow your mind? I mean, but tell me, is that hard to imagine? I guess it's sort of like a baseball player. A guy hits 200 or 250, he's hitting 22 and a half. I don't want to get baseball. Let's just talk about timeshare. Look at this now. Think about it. Is that hard to believe? You got the same man or woman working the same amount of days, working the same amount of tours, and the only difference is one of them is selling one more sale out of 20 tours. This guy has 20 tours and sells 2 of them. 18 don't buy. This guy has 20 tours and sells 3 of them. 17 don't buy. And the difference in the commission is more than double. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be on the left side or the right side? Well, I'll tell you something. You can be there if you really want to be there. You have got to master this program. We have the #1 training department in the world, and I'm telling you, all the managers sat through their presentation last Tuesday night, and I was so proud to see what we have created. I couldn't believe the talent that those guys had. Tim and Bill and Kurt and Pat, it blew me away. It blew the managers away on the day line. Ask any one of them. Blew them away. That training department is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So we will train you. We've given you the location. We've given you the product. Now we are giving you the opportunity. You are the one that's got to put the damn key in the lock and turn the key. It all lies in what you got right here in your head. It's not us no more. It's not David and Betty. It's not the ups. It's you. You have got to believe in yourself. You've got to set the goals, and you've got to believe in yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else going to believe in you. The most important opinion you got is the opinion you got of yourself. The most important opinion you got is the opinion you got of yourself. You know why? I'm going to tell you something here. You can't live in this world today and tell me, and I didn't want to get into religion, and I'm trying to do it quick, and tell me that there's not some type of God, okay, or some type of power. I'm going to tell you what, some type of invisible intelligence, okay? There is some type of power that we all live in this universe. It is all over the place. You would have to be blind not to see it. When you talk about the sperm of a man and egg of a woman connect, and all of a sudden what happens? A chain reaction. All the cells start multiplying, and everything happens. That woman's not making that baby grow in her stomach. That invisible intelligence is. That power's doing it. If you take a watermelon seed and you put it in the dirt, you hold up a watermelon seed, and you put it in the dirt and cover it up with dirt, and you put some water on it in the sunlight, what happens to it? It starts going crazy, and next thing you know, you're growing big old fat watermelons. And you can eat them, and you just happen to have the right thing in your body to digest that, to give you the nutrients that you need to live. Okay? You look at the planets and tell me that there's not some type of God that put this force together. There's invisible powers. Let me tell you something. There's invisible powers all over this place. There's the law of gravity. I hold these scissors, I drop them. What pulled them to the ground? A power. What's the name of that force? Called gravity. There's a magnetic forces around the planet Earth that anywhere you are on the planet, if you have a compass, that compass is going to point north. You can't see those power forces. You can't see gravity, but we know it's there. We know it's there. Okay, it's a power. And I'm telling you, the power of visualization, when you set your subconscious mind on something that you want and you play by God's rules to get it, and you got the opportunity, which most people don't have. If I never ran into David and Betty Seeger, came to Orlando, got in timeshare, and stayed in Stark or maybe somewhere else, I could have been a great talent that never made it, just like you. You've got to have opportunity. They've given you the opportunity. They've given us all the opportunity to change our life. And you're going to be the only one person that stops it from happening. I can assure you that right now. But I'm saying this to you. If you look at all these forces of the universe, I was driving down the road the other day and somebody was in a plane and called me on my car phone. I picked up the phone and said, hello, and said, well, where you at? He said, I'm up over in Atlanta in an airplane. I thought, my God. Here I am driving to work, listening to the stereo, and talking to somebody in this black box, and it's going through these wires, out my antenna, and he's sitting in an airplane 600 miles away, going 500 miles an hour over Atlanta, talking to me. Now, you tell me how that works. You tell me how a man can sit in a radio station and take a piece of plastic and put it on a needle going around and around, and that thing will make noise that will go through an antenna, and you can be sitting in your living room 300 miles away in a trailer or a house listening to a radio and turn on a little box and it comes out. You tell me how that happens. There is all kind of forces in the universe that are invisible. You can't help but believe in some type of invisible intelligence because it exists. It's a reality. Now let me say this to you. If this God made this universe, which I know it's there, okay, then let me ask you a question. Do you think he made everything else and didn't make you? He made you too. You are part of the universe. You can tap into the universe. You're a child of God, God being that invisible intelligence, meaning that you have powers that are beyond your belief. Your mind can't even comprehend the power that you have if you'll tap into it. There's been many, many studies that say that we only use 10% of our brain. What's the other 90%? Well, I'll tell you what part of it is, and that is this, that if you visualize something that you want, and you set the goals to get it, and you get your ass out of bed, and you pay the price, meaning that, let's say the alarm goes off, when you hit the alarm, that little man, you say, oh man, I was drinking last night, I can't go to work today, I don't feel like it. The other little man's got to say, get your butt out of bed. You ain't worked 5 days this week. You didn't write your 2 deals like you said you were, and you're going to work. And then that's the guy that you got to listen to, and you got to get out of bed and say, I got to do what I got to do. And you'll go your butt out to work. And I'm going to tell you something. If you haul the ups, the numbers will take care of themselves. The numbers will take care of themselves. So if you set the goal, and then you visualize what you want, and then you pay the price, I'm telling you, just like gravity, just like magnetic forces, just like all these other invisible powers, it takes on a power of itself, and it attracts to you, and you will get what you want. You will get exactly what you want, and nobody can keep you from getting it. Don't let your environment control you. You control your environment. Don't let anybody in this room control your destiny or determine what your destiny got to be. You've got to determine your own destiny. You've got to be your own man. Don't let nobody talk you. You've got to have respect for yourself. You've got to have respect for your fellow workers. Blood. All right, let's go. All right, almost done now. Ready to finish it up. Last thing I want to say to you is this. We work for a man and woman. We're not closed yet, 5 minutes. We work for a man and woman to give us the ultimate product. We got all the ups we can handle. And it's time for you to make some serious money. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Everybody needs money. You know why you need money? Because we're all slaves to money. Money is good. Dinero es bueno. Okay? Money is good. The wonderful things you can do with your money for your family and your friends is invaluable. And let me just say this to you. We're all slaves to money. And 99% of your problems are money. 99% of people getting divorced stems from money. Why? The man comes home from work, the wife says, oh my God, I wrecked the car. It's going to cost $500. All of a sudden, the big fight starts because of $500. All of a sudden, their children are sick, and they can't afford to pay the $250 the doctor will pay the doctor bill. So they're sitting there, well, God, the baby's sick. It's all money. Most people's problems come from money. Let me say this to you. Money problems are chains on your back. You're a slave if you got money problems. You got nothing but chains on your back. You can't hardly get out of bed and walk around. But when you come to work at Westgate Lakes, every time you get a sale, you're taking a chain off your back. You can come home and pay the rent, pay the light bill, and buy you a nice car, a nice coat. You come in the next day, you get another sale, you throw a chain off your back. You come in the next day, you get a 2-weeker, you're taking 2 chains. All of a sudden, you're free. By God, you're free at last. Free at last. Free at last. Praise God Almighty. You're free at last. That's it. Let's go drinking. This is our new theme song. Ain't no stopping us now. Come on, brother.